Okay, posting reimbursables from the accounting screen. You're going to go into money out. Actually, let me back up. From the accounting screen, you're going to go into money out. That takes you to this screen. You're going to select the paying account. Okay, and in this case, I am going to work from the checking account. And I want to cover how to post a reimbursable. Okay, so in a case like this, I'm taking a charge that I was about to post, but I want to include a reimbursable. But before I request any kind of reimbursable, I typically want to job it to the correct job as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in through here. Okay, so I'm going to select client Thompson. That is jobbing it. Okay, and I have another video on that, but I will I wanted to make sure to point that out before we go over reimbursables. Now, travel expenses are normally going to always get coded to travel. That's the default, and I do leave it there. But when you select the show reimbursable, it now will allow you to not really bill the client, but it's going to potentially set up the bill back. Okay, it doesn't actually do the bill back, and I'll explain what that looks like in another video, but I'm going to just go over this. Okay, you're going to select reimbursable. This is how I do this, and in through here you have an option to mark up by percentage. So in this case, I'm going to just say 42% for our, administration. So that would mark that up from 689.63. You can see it marks it up to 979.27. Okay. If you want to do a flat fee, you can change that. You can just simply, like if I wanted to say, okay, I'm not going to bill the client back 979. Okay, you could just do it this way. Okay, look. That's not letting me. Okay. Well, I guess you do have to figure out the percentage. Okay, so that's 100%. So if I wanted to say maybe 15%, you can leave it like this. When in doubt, like if it's somebody that I'm not sure if they're going to want to bill them back, usually my designers, I know, how finicky one would be or not on these kinds of things, right? So if I had to guess, I usually will always mark up, okay? But I just usually want to know that it's there. Now where I'm going with this is I'm going to save and close, okay? Well, actually, before I save and close, I'm going to post the reimbursable because I want you to see what that looks like on screen, okay? This is coding it to travel with my details. The charge was $689.63, which is pending. And here I job costed it to the client, but here, this piece right here is the reimbursable portion. So I put the client, I selected reimbursable, I selected a markup. Okay, it used to be where you can just overwrite it and put the number here. You can't do that. So now you do have to put a percentage. So you'd have to mark it up by some percentage, or you don't have to. You can select to not mark it up. Okay, but I'm going to not mark it up because I want to show you what this then does when we look at the other side. Okay, so as you can see, I'm posting it on 6/6/24. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and post this reimbursable. Okay, because I want to show you what that does, and I'm going to save and close this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and you can see this is the travel expense. I'm going to go ahead and post that because I want to show you what this does. Now, if I go back to time billing, I want to show you that it has the reimbursable. Okay, and here you can see that there's a reimbursable. It does not mean we build them back. It just puts the entry. So usually if I'm not sure, I will tell I'll leave a note for the designer because, this isn't a bill until we bill the client, right? So I'm just saying, hey, I would leave a note that said, hey, wasn't sure if you were going to mark up left as is no markup. So I might say something like that, adjust accordingly or advise for write-off or gift. So if we, for some reason, we're not going to bill the client back because it was a flat fee or it was included in something else, you know, they might not want to do that. I may want to go back in. For me, I wouldn't just delete the charge or make it zero. I usually like to let the client see. Depends. Some people think that's tacky, you know, but if we're gifting or giving anything, depending on how large of a client it is, I usually like them to see, and people like to know they're getting what they're getting. Okay. So, you know, they can write it off accordingly. But that just leaves my piece of it done. You know, I entered the expense and I am asking if we're going to get reimbursement. Okay, they can mark it up and do what they want when they do the time billing. Okay, if you have any questions on what I've just said, you can leave it in the comments below. Be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to stay updated. Thanks.